Okay, so today with Jelly, we're going to do some ribs. We're going to do a rib test in the big green egg. And I got some people coming over today, so we're going to test these three right here. I'm actually going to put butt rub and Lawry's on one of them, Ancho chili on another, and Fox Brothers rub on the third one. And we're going to see how that works. See which one they vote as best tasting. I wasn't able to find any master barbecue judges, but I was able to find some master barbecue eaters, and they'll be here in a little bit. So y'all hang on. I'll be right back, and we're going to see how this works out. Okay, so I wanted to show with it on this side of the rib because I think it's a little easier to show the coverage. And this right here is the Ancho chili and coffee, the big green egg, Ancho chili and coffee, this one here. And that's about how much I put on both sides. I don't cover them. I don't do them like I do, say, a Boston butt. And same way with the Fox Brothers rub right here. And then this one, and I do this a lot. I use a little bit of Lawry's, and then I light dusting a butt rub. I don't know how I got started doing that a long time ago. That's just what I use on ribs, and that's normally my go-to. And you can see I just barely dusted it with the Lawry's, because the butt rub probably does the same thing, or a little more. It's a different flavor though. So of course I'm going to. I've got them right there. I got that lightly dusted with the Lawry's, and I lightly dust with butt rub. And I mean, you don't want to cover them like you do with Boston butt because it'll be too strong, or that's what I've found. So there you go. That's how they look on this side. I'm going to do the same thing the other side. We're going to put them on this green egg. It's at 250 right now. We're going to maintain somewhere between 250 and 350 is all I ever try and do. Closest to 300 I can keep it. And we're going to watch them go. Y'all hang on. Okay, so there they are. And you can see about the same thing on the other side. I did forget to mention that I sprayed them lightly with olive oil, just to make the seasoning stick a little better. Just spray them lightly and rub it over them. That's all you do. Anyhow, we're about to set these in the grill. In the green egg, and get this going. Be right back. Okay, so it's 10 minutes till 9. They are on. The green eggs at 220. They are in there at the same order they were on that platter. I'm gonna let them go a couple of hours and just go them by look and feel. And then I spray them, or I don't spray them, I kind of squirt on with a squirt bottle a mop that I made myself. Pretty much it's just vinegar and ketchup and then a few other things that I put in there, but nothing, no big deal. Just a really loose base mop that you just spray on there. Like I said, vinegar, ketchup, and whatever else you want to put in there. You can get creative as you want. But anyhow, I'll be back when that happens. Okay, so here it is. After exactly 2 hours. It rocked on 250 for about an hour and a half, and I opened my damper just a little bit because I wanted it a little warmer than that, because I got people who are going to be here about 12:15, and it is now 10 till 11. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise this lid, and I'm going to just kind of squirt that on them. So let's see how they look. First time it's been raised, they're browning a little, as you can see. But I just want to give them a little bit of extra moisture and add a little steam to this lid when I close it back down. And we'll do that again in about an hour. So anyhow, there you go. Okay, so it's actually been about 50 minutes since the last time. I'm going to open them up. And by the way, I did lower my temps just a little bit. I closed the grill just a little bit because they were getting a little browner than I wanted, faster than I wanted, but no problem now. So I'm going to keep it around 275. But there we go. And I'm going, like I said, I closed them vents just a little bit more. I'm going to knock them down a slight bit more, just to keep it under 300 is all I'm trying to do. So, and that's actually went down a little bit because I opened it. So that'll level out in a few minutes. But anyhow, that's the plan. One or two more times with this right here, and we'll be good. Okay, so as you'll notice, even though I've got it pretty much closed down, after I put that last bit of a mop on there, it's still wanting to hang at 300, which is okay. It's 12:05, which means they've been on 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I got people that are going to be here in about 20-25 minutes, so that's going to work out perfect. I'm going to hose these down one more time. And see how they look right now. They're browning up a little more than I like, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to hose them down a little bit. And I'm pretty much, after this, I'm going to close all the vents and start this to being, keeping them warm. I'm just going to let that smoke off, and I'm pulling them off after this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and close all my vents and let that sit for about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to pull them off and put some aluminum foil over them and have them ready to eat in just a minute. Okay, so that's been about another 5 minutes. And by the way, I'm not mic'd up today, so this may be a little harder to hear than it should be. But we're going to pull them off right now and leave them in the same position they were when I put them on, which is the butt rub. This is the Fox Brothers. And this is the Ancho chili, and coffee. So, I gotta get those wrapped in aluminum foil. Let them sit just a minute. Let's see if you can see them a little better. They look good, and I'm sure they're going to be. We'll see if there's a difference or how much, if it's worth, changing what I'm doing or sticking with what I've been doing for years. That really does work perfect. There's nothing wrong with that butt rub and a little bit of Lawry's. So, anyhow, be back in a minute. Okay, so the ribs on the big green egg were a huge success. They were all gone. And we had several people here today, though, and we had plenty of other things to eat, but every one of the ribs got ate. And I couldn't even get anybody to tell me which one was best. They said they were all fantastic, except for one guy, the preacher. And he swore up and down on these right here, the ones that had the Ancho chili and coffee big green egg. And he's from Texas, and he said they were some of the best he'd ever ate. I'll say it like that. I took that as a big compliment, especially him from Texas. So, I guess I'm going to try them again and may just do some straight Ancho chili and kind of get a good feel for them, because I only got one section of the ribs of each, and I didn't try to hog them. I just tried them, and I thought the Ancho chili were good, but I want to try them again. And anyhow, it was a huge success. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching my videos. And I got another channel now, by the way. It's called Hanging Out with Jelly, and it doesn't have anything to do with cooking, and I'm not even sure I'm going to leave it running. I'll see how subscribers go and how everything goes with it, but I'll put a link at the bottom. Me and the wife just got back from Cozumel, Mexico. So if it gets some action, I may keep it up and leave it like that. But anyhow, like I said, it won't have anything to do with cooking. It'll all be like trips where we went to Cozumel, and I just did one section of that trip, which was we went to Punta Sur, the lighthouse in Cozumel, Mexico. Or I went. She stayed at the room, and that was just one of the things we did while we were there, or one of the things that got done while we were there. And I put it up. I got several more I'm going to put up, but we'll see how this channel goes. And anyhow, if you want to see it, I'll put a link. Thanks y'all again for watching the videos. Come back to see me. Like, share, subscribe, all of the above, and y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.